The Gigantoraptor has officially landed on the island of Ark Survival Ascended, and it is a very interesting tame with a lot of really cool features. Now, Gigantoraptors have a very unique taming method that we haven't seen before. As far as I can tell, you aren't able to tame the parent, so you are only able to tame the baby. The baby has a really interesting taming method. You're going to have to sneak into the nest and then interact with the baby. Problem is, the mother is not going to be very happy with you being in the nest. So there's actually something that you're going to have to do in addition. You can risk it by trying to avoid the mother. Ghillie seems to work really well, however, it will still attack you. So my advice is to get yourself some fertilized eggs. The bigger the egg, the better it seems to work. I've tested this with a bunch of different eggs, and with trike eggs and with raptor eggs, it seems to go through the eggs very quickly, whereas with the Giga eggs and the Rex eggs, it seems to go a little bit slower. Mother will eat basically one egg, and then it will walk back to the nest and walk around for about a minute, and then it will go and eat another egg if you've got another egg on the ground. Once you're in the nest, the baby will walk around and eventually come up and look at you. It'll do a special animation, and then it'll do one of 3 different activities. It'll either spin in a circle, bow, or flap its wings. You will have to select the corresponding action that mimics the baby, and that will allow you to increase the taming bar. Depending on the level of the baby, it'll take longer, just like any other passive tame. Now, once you have yourself a Gigantoraptor, what does that mean? What can you do with it? Why is this such an interesting and game-changing creature? At the moment, I found about 4 different uses for it, though I think there might actually be more. I've kind of done some testing, but I think you guys will probably also come up with some really cool information for me. Now, the first thing it's able to do, and I think this is the most important one, is it's able to reset baby imprints. So once your Gigantoraptor is fully tamed, what you can do is you can put a saddle on it, and then you're going to be able to use the special ability C. C on PC basically is a roar. That roar has a couple different uses, but right now we're talking about the Imprint Reset. Basically, the old version of Ark, if you had a baby that had an unwanted imprint, such as extraordinary kibble or cooked prime fish meat, you could throw it into a cryopod and throw it back out, and that would reset its imprint. No more. Ark got rid of that a few weeks ago, and that was because they were planning on bringing in this creature and giving it that ability. Basically, if you use that special roar that the Gigantoraptor has, it will reset whatever imprint that baby has been asking for. So if it's wanting extraordinary kibble, it may all of a sudden want to cuddle. So as a result, you're now able to reset those imprints. I have figured out that it seems like you can only do it once, unfortunately, so you do have to be careful with this. I would not reset it unless it's something that you don't have, or it's a very difficult one, or you're just having very bad luck with it. Don't waste your time resetting it if it's something that's just a berry that you can go pick from a bush. The second thing that it can do is it can act as a feeding trough for babies. So it has 2 pouches on the side of the saddle, and it can carry 2 babies at a time. Those 2 babies that go into the pouch will actually take food from the inventory, similar to how a Maywing worked on Ark Survival Evolved, and it will act as a feeding trough. So if you have berries or meat in the inventory of the Gigantoraptor, the babies will take from that, whether it's a baby, a juvenile, or an adolescent. Nearby babies will not use it as a feeding trough. It doesn't work for them, unfortunately. So you do need to keep in mind that your other babies will still need to be fed. Now, the third thing it can do is produce feathers. Feathers can be accessed by accessing the inventory and plucking the feather from the Gigantoraptor. Now, these feathers will have different stat boosts, different boosts to creatures, and they're not really a consumable item in the sense that you can click E on it and use it. You don't put it in the inventory of the baby. What you're going to do is when you're breeding 2 creatures, let's say 2 Rexes together, you're going to put the feather in the inventory of the female Rex. When that female Rex creates a baby, it's going to consume that feather, and that stat buff, that possibility of a stat buff, is going to be applied to that egg, and when it pops out, you will have that kind of stat boost or higher chance for whatever stat it is talking about. Now, I don't really know all of the different feathers that you can get at the moment, so if you guys have some ideas, if you've been plucking feathers from Gigantoraptors, let me know in the comments down below which stat boosts or which percentage chances you've been getting. Now, the fourth thing that you can do is actually kind of like a stat buff. There is a way to interact with wild babies. You can claim wild babies from the back of the Gigantoraptor if you kill the parents, and there's kind of like a bonding method with the babies. I haven't really been able to figure this out too much. I've been struggling a lot with it, but it is a possibility. It is something that is available on the babies. This video is mostly focused on taming and telling you why these creatures are so awesome. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. This is all the information that you need to know as of right now about the Gigantoraptor. I'm sure there's going to be more information coming out very soon from a lot of other content creators. Definitely recommend that you check out some other videos and you'll probably find some more new information. I think for right now, this is the best I can give you. I hope you found it useful. Make sure you hit that like button and of course subscribe if you're new here. And I guess I will catch you all in the next one.